So welcome to my reaction of the 2018 Video Game Awards, hosted and created by Geoff Keighley. Now, before we continue on, I just want to say that this is a joke. The Doritos and the Mountain Dew, it is an old Geoff Keighley meme. And I want to put that in here. I did it last year. I thought it was funny. Somebody actually came in the comments last year and was like, I can't believe you're shilling for Mountain Dew and Doritos. And I'm like, it's a freaking joke. This is a joke, an absolute joke, and I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way. Funny thing is, I don't even drink Mountain Dew at all. I want to come in and talk about some of my thoughts on the Video Game Awards. I want to say one thing. Overall, I thought this was a pretty damn good one. It was not bad at all. I have noticed every year they're getting better and better and better, but there was a few things that were kind of annoying. I will get to that at the end. I'm just going to go through some of the things that kind of blew my mind. I'm going to go through the awards and then talk about some of the premieres and just talk about some of the overall things. The first thing that was amazing, and I got to bring my notes in a little bit here, because I wrote like 8 pages of notes for this. I did while I was sitting watching all this. The one highlight moment, and there's a few, the one highlight moment was when Sean Layden, Phil Spencer, and Reggie from Nintendo came onto the stage together to present the Video Game Awards. I was like, you are kidding me. We have Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo together. And I thought it was a huge accomplishment for the entire video game industry that these three giants could, look past their differences of competition and come together on stage, united as, for all of us as video gamers and for the community. It just brings everybody together. And I thought that was a very, very strong moment of the show. And I felt emotion when I saw that. And I was like, I can't believe we're finally seeing that. I'm used to E3 where everybody's, trying to put each other down to show their own games and highlight their own games, where this was a united front from all of the biggest companies, video game companies in the world together. And I thought, this is the way it should be for sure. You got to compete with each other. I get that, but it was nice to see them on stage. The other thing I really liked was the musical numbers. Red Dead Redemption 2, that was a really amazing moment. Smash Brothers just kind of made me kind of well up and go, wow, Smash Brothers is here. And then Devil May Cry 5. Wow, I thought these moments were excellent choices of music. And even at the end of the show, when they're getting ready to do the Game of the Year, they played all the theme songs from all the main games. And I kind of got me a little bit excited. And we're going to get into the Game Awards themselves. I got to talk about the things I liked, the things I didn't like. I have all my notes right here. Okay, Best Action Game of the Year, Dead Cells. This was unbelievable. This is a really cool game. I stand behind this 100%. That is a great moment for the small indie developers out there. Best action game of the year. Wow. Best RPG kind of made me scratch my head a little bit. Monster Hunter Worlds 1. Is it a great game? Absolutely. Did it sell well? Absolutely. Is it a full-blown RPG? Well, that's debatable. I kind of thought it was an action RPG where you're hunting monsters, but they just classed it as a full-on RPG, and it beat Dragon Quest XI for RPG. And apples and oranges here. I'm glad Monster Hunter won in the sense that it brings a little bit more attention to that game, which I like. But of course, I wanted Dragon Quest XI to win. I really thought that deserved it. Best esports game. Overwatch, absolutely. Best narrative in a video game. This is where Red Dead Redemption 2 started winning everything. And yeah, so best narrative was Red Dead Redemption. That won. Best performance, Red Dead Redemption 2 won again. Best score and music. Guess what? Red Dead Redemption 2 won again. We can kind of see how this is going at this point, and I'm like, they're just gonna win everything. This is the way it's gonna go. Best audio design, Red Dead Redemption 2 once again. No surprise here. Red Dead Redemption was kicking some serious ass. And the game deserves it, but at the same time, I was like, wait a second, they're winning like everything. What about Spider-Man and God of War? And there's so many other games. Here we go. Best VR AR game, Astrobot. I'm hearing from everybody who's played this game, it's unbelievable. I really have to play that. Here we go. Content Creator of the Year. There's so many content creators. They should have just said the best streamer of the year, and that is Ninja. His popularity is unmatched, so it absolutely makes sense. Best esports player. This was a fun moment. Sonic Fox. Sonic Fox gets up in front of all of the audience wearing his furry costume, and it was great. It was a fun, awesome moment, and he was kind of blabbering a little too much and kind of going all over the place. But I thought it was such a great moment for this player. Best fighting game, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Absolutely. I stand behind that 1,000%. I was so happy that game won. If that game didn't win, I'd be like, screw this Game Awards. But it won, and I'm happy about that. Best strategy game is a game I have not played, Into the Breach. I need to play this game. Everybody's been talking about it lately. It's the best strategy game of the year? What the hell? I gotta play that game. Best independent game? Everybody I know talks about this game. Celeste. Everybody thought it should win, music of the year as well. But it didn't. But it did win best independent game, so that's a great thing. Best sports racing game? This, I stand by 100%. Forza Horizon is my racing game of the year. It's crazy how good it is. And I never reviewed it. I just played the game. And just going through, the hills of Scotland and the weather effects. It's like, oh my God, this game is incredible. Best game direction. This is where things get a little bit more interesting. I'm like, here we go. Red Dead Redemption 2 again. No, God of War 1. I was getting happy at this point because I'm like, great, it's not just Red Dead Redemption. Because Red Dead Redemption 2 is such a great game, but to win everything, it's just like, can somebody else who's done a lot of effort win? God of War 1, I thought it really deserved it. Best ongoing game, Fortnite. Fortnite won, and so, that kind of makes sense. I didn't see any other game that would take that spot. And then we got to Game of the Year. And I'm like, oh, it's Red Dead Redemption. Without question, it's Red Dead Redemption. God of War won Game of the Year. Blew my mind. Just because we were going on a trend, right? Everything was Red Dead Redemption. It's like, God of War got in there. And I kind of wish Spider-Man got there. Got in there for a few awards. Detroit Become Human. I thought that deserved some awards as well. You can't, whatever you can say about the game, you can call it a non-game or whatever. It's a choose-your-own-adventure style game. The narrative of that game was amazing, and I thought that should have really been recognized. I thought it was quite an achievement. I also believe, when it all was said and done, that Octopath Traveler should have won Music of the Year. The soundtrack is incredible, and the only thing that kind of bugs me is that, is it because it's a 32-bit, 16-bit RPG-looking thing that it doesn't deserve that kind of recognition? It does deserve that recognition, and I think that's one award that should have gone to Octopath Traveler, 100%. So the awards were pretty good in that regard. I still believe, here's where I get some of my gripes. It's an award show. They should spend a little bit more time on the awards. Sometimes they're like, best RPG of the year, Monster Hunter, hey, okay, yep, and it's gone. And it's over with. And I think they should have spent a little bit more time with that. Best RPG should be on stage. I just felt that the world premieres, which there was a few things that were announced that were very exciting, way too long. It was just like, I can't believe I'm complaining about season premieres and stuff like that, world premieres, but it was just too much. I'd rather have higher quality world premieres than tons of them. And there was a lot of them to get through. I had like 4 pages to get through here. Journey to the Savage Planet looked interesting. Among Trees, that looked kind of interesting as well. What else did we get? Rocket League DLC, that's fine. Far Cry New Dawn, that's coming out on February 15th. Hades, which was this action game that looked kind of interesting. Then Ancestors was shown, where you play as the ancestors of humanity, the beginning of humanity, which you're basically playing as monkeys in this game, and you're running around in the ancient world and trying to survive the environments. I called it a monkey survival horror game. That's what I got from that, and I thought it was more funny than serious. That was just the way that I kind of took that. Anthem, they showed a little bit more of the story elements of it, and I must admit my hype for Anthem is through the roof. It looks stunning. What else did we get? Crash Team Racing. We got Crash Bandicoot racing game. Really looked like Mario Kart. It didn't look as polished as Mario Kart, but it looked like a little bit of fun with the Crash Bandicoot characters. That was a little bit of interest in there. Creators of Fallout, we got the Outer Worlds. It really looked like a kind of a Badlands, kind of a Fallout style of game. It looked okay-ish. The Last Campfire by Hello Games, that looked beautiful. That looked like I'm just coming up with a name out of my head, like a Journey style of indie, beautiful kind of exploration game. I really love that. Atlas was announced. It's an MMO. You play as empires trying to take over each other. Looked okay. The ship battles looked really fascinating. The Dreadwolf Rises by BioWare. They didn't show anything, just realistically the title, and I was like, what is this? I guess at E3 they'll do the unveiling. The Pathless looked like a Princess Mononoke style of game with an eagle in it at your side. That looked artistically gorgeous. I thought it looked really, really nice. Stranger Things 3 video game was shown, kind of an overhead style of game, and it looked all right. It was kind of like an action game, and I turned to my wife and I'm like, I wish it was like more of a choose your own, like a point and click adventure style of game than what it was, but it did look interesting. And then Ed Boon comes onto the stage, and we thought he was going to give an award for the best sports racing game. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, Ed Boon's here, blah, blah. And all of a sudden everything goes black, and I'm like, here we go. And I was right. Mortal Kombat 11. We all knew it was rumored to be out. It snuck out, that rumor, and it started playing. And I want to say that I know it was in, like a cinematic playing. Cinematic looked awesome. It got me hyped for it. The one thing I thought the song that they had, is kind of like a rap song, was very ill-fitting to go with the on-screen action. The song was a little bit slower than the action, and I was like, why didn't this just play like Mortal Kombat? That's all we need. That's all we would have needed. So I'm excited about that. I think they're going to show a little bit more of it in January, and the game's coming out rather soon after that, which just seems crazy. They announced Psychonauts 2 for anybody who's a big fan of that game. So that looked pretty interesting as well. What do I say? What do I think of this Game Awards? I thought overall it's good. You can't say that it wasn't. I enjoyed it. I wish they had a few more stronger premieres. They had a couple of incredible moments, and I'm going to get to that right now. The oh my god moment of the show was for Smash Brothers, Persona 5 Joker is going to be in the game. And me and my wife were going, oh my god, Persona 5 is in Smash Brothers? This is the ultimate, no pun intended. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, this is amazing. Smash Brothers Ultimate is blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind. Look at the crossover series that we got going on right now. There's so many characters from so many different games all in one. It boggles the mind. That was my oh my fucking god moment of the show. When I saw that, I was like, wow, incredible. What did I think? I thought they kept showing Facebook gaming moments and stuff like that. They were trying to pull on the heartstrings. I thought the moments they showed with all the people was very, very sweet, very, very nice. But it just felt like they were trying to pull the heartstrings a little bit, almost in a forced way. It felt very, I felt it, I got that kind of feeling from it. But I really liked some of the premieres. I wish there was more time spent on the Game Awards and honoring people in the industry more and that kind of stuff. But those are small gripes. This was a good award show, and I really was blown away with it overall. I thought overall this was like an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. What would I want for next year? I don't know. More of the same. I think what Geoff Keighley has done, he's taken the Game Awards from a very rudimentary idea, a very small idea, and grown it into something that is rivaling E3 in a lot of ways. Everybody was out to support it. Xbox, Sony, PlayStation. It was wonderful to see all those presences there. I think what he's done over the years is nothing short of incredible. This award show now is big time. It's a really big deal. And I think we've learned to get rid of some of the cringe from past ones, like Razor Man and some of that kinds of stuff. And, some of these memes, I know a lot of the things that they show for games and stuff like that are advertisements. That's what's paying for the show. That's who's paying for it. The game industry's paying for the show, for sure. But it's still, it is entertaining to watch. It's a little long. I was sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, how long do we have to go? And it just kept on going and going. And I was like, okay, I guess it's going to go for a while. But I had a good time. I enjoyed my time, and it made me appreciate this industry, and makes me feel proud to be part of this industry, even in my small way online. I think what everybody's doing in the video game spectrum out there is nothing short of incredible, and this is just another way to honor that, and I think a lot of people got honored. I would like to see more awards. I'd like to see a few more awards go out there. I think some awards need to go for Spider-Mans and Octopath Travelers and all these types of styles of games, not just Red Dead Redemption 2 and God of Wars. There's a lot more games that did a lot of other different things this year. So I think I cut down on the exclusive world premieres and do a few more awards. That's my only gripe for sure, but overall entertaining. So anyways, guys, until next time.